Hey there, this is your diabetic reseller. I'm just sitting here trying to be a good girl. So, we are going to talk about magnifying your strengths. This is the episode 62. It is April 8th. I do want to tell you my word of intention was speed for today. Yesterday was kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy. So yesterday started our first day of the new 12-week year. I've been working on strategizing and how to um, how to become stronger in my strengths, right? So basically, you take 12 weeks of the year and and you put down some goals, you write down your tactics, and you work at them during the week. And you score yourself at the end of the week, and you start trying to figure out what works best for you instead of trying to eliminate your weaknesses, which is, it's noble, it's worthwhile to try and change your weaknesses. And one of my major weaknesses is um, when my sugar is high and um, I get very um, depressed. And I start thinking about all the things that I did wrong instead of trying to figure out what I did right. And sometimes when I hear something, um, I I give an outburst, and I really, really want to try and stop that. Um, I don't like doing it. I don't like when I do it. I am certain that if I'm around people, they don't like it either. And quite frankly, I feel embarrassed. Um, Truth be told, I'm not sure that I can stop it. Um, when my sugar is high, I'm not sure that I'm in control, but I can certainly try and um, maybe try and not get myself in in that situation. Don't surround myself with people um, until my sugar is normal. Um, I can definitely handle that. I can definitely. Um, I'm a different person. I'm a different person when my sugar is regulated. But lately, since I've been having a lot of trouble with my CGM and um, it not regulating my sugar by itself and doing the things it's supposed to do, I've I've had a lot more highs. And so we can talk about Friday, which was I started my day at PT, and I started my day at 400 plus. And the CGM had started giving me issues on Thursday. It told me to disconnect and charge it, and so I did, and um, I did not put it on prior to PT. And so, actually, that's not true. I did put it on before PT, but it's going to take time for my sugar to come down. So, as I'm in PT and I am trying to do this workout and recover from this surgery, um, I felt myself crashing. I could barely do any of the exercises. My balance was completely off. And at one point, I got really scared. And so I had to sit down, and Jacob, my trainer, was there, and he's like, "Okay, what can I do for you?" And Phil, my husband, was in the car working, and I was like, "Oh, could you go and get my test kit?" And so he did. He brought it back, super sweet. But I am not the person who's okay with asking for help from people that I know, just are acquainted with, not close people. I'm certainly not that type, and I guess, that escalated my embarrassment. Not only could I not do my exercises, I needed to ask him to do me a favor, and when I checked my sugar, it was 104, which we all know is perfect, right? 104 is perfect, but I when I talked to Phil about it afterwards, he said, "Well, you were just 400. That was an hour ago. And so your sugar went straight down and your body reacted to that. And so you thought you were crashing, but you really didn't, which is, better than crashing. But I get that you were embarrassed, but it's good that your sugar is low, right?" So um I went on to the rest of my day, and no matter what I tried to do, if it didn't work, I just got more upset about it. Like, I tried to purchase something from Amazon, and my PayPal account didn't work. That tacked that on. I tried to purchase an item from a friend who's having trouble with her eBay account and whatever, and I wanted to purchase something from her closet so that I could, give her a really good review and whatnot, and that wouldn't go through. And it and by the time I went to meetings, I was still upset that I hadn't listed anything. I wasn't in the groove. I wasn't set to do things, and I was really negative in a meeting that really was supposed to be a positive meeting. And you know, uh, of course, that upset me even more. So, so that's how Friday went. It wasn't all that great, but you know what? Friday is Friday, and that doesn't mean the rest of my life is going to be that way. We're going to wake up on Saturday and we're going to be different, and we're going to do things differently. And that's exactly what I did. I woke up on Saturday, I came to work, I I listed, I took photographs, I worked all day long. I was with my friends because it wasn't anything that I had to do, I was on a time limit, or, it had to get done that day. It was things that I could do as I was talking with my friends, on a video call. So, it was a good day, and then Sunday, I kinda did the same thing. I cleaned up, I got ready, I made sure that my tactics were absolutely perfect, on Sunday, and, I made sure to make an appointment with my coaches to go over it and make sure that I wasn't putting too much on it, so that I wasn't setting myself up for failure. It is not at all what I did the first time, because the first time I only had, 2 goals, 2 tactics, that was it. Um, and, I did it, but I was very upset with myself that I kind of threw away the last 3 weeks, because I was going to Vegas and I was spending 2 weeks in Washington, and I, for whatever reason, I couldn't figure out how to get ahead of myself so that I would have listings going out, right, while I was gone. I just couldn't figure it out. And so I dropped it, and I was very upset with myself when I came back and saw what uh, my accounting was like. It was nowhere near what I wanted it to be. Um, there was a lot of other things that went wrong. I made several mistakes in viewing numbers and whatever else. So, Monday came along, I went to PT, and I kicked the tires and I lit the fires. I had a great workout. I came back, I had, my coaching session, and, I felt really good about it, and we talked about some of the things that I'd like to change and how I could do that, and, um, we talked about magnifying my strengths. And I couldn't see what my strengths were that applied to my reselling business, right? So, I'm a good writer. No, I'm a very good writer. I can make up a story. I can do that. But I don't write anymore. AI does it all for you. It does it all. I have to edit it, absolutely, one of my favorite things to do. However, I'm not writing a story. I am describing something which is completely different. So, you know, the writing that I'm strong at, I don't see that how that plays into my reselling business. Um, I'm also I'm also creative. I love to create, and I don't believe that I am one of those people who can do like the t-shirt business, like you have to be on trends, and you need to know what's coming in, what's going out, what colors, all that kind of stuff. I'm not a trendy person per se. I mean, look at what I'm wearing, right? Um, However, I do love to to decorate and to scrapbook and to make cards and to do all that kind of stuff. And at the time I had the meeting, I was like, I don't know how that's going to play into, my reselling business. And one of the ladies was like, hold up a minute, um, you sent me this absolutely gorgeous card, um, and it's absolutely beautiful. Why can't you create cards either sell them separately or bundle, a collection for holidays and sell them on Etsy. And you know what? She's right. She's absolutely right. I would love that. That's absolutely magnifying my strengths. I also used to, in Miami, the van that was it the van? Actually, no, it wasn't the van. I used to have a red Mazda CX-9, and I took a stencil, just one of those plastic stencils, and a one of those markers, car markers, and I took the stencil and I wrote, I drew in the Merry Christmas on the back of it, and I use the rest of the stencil to do it all over the car. And people, while I was in line waiting for the kids to come out of school, people would come up to me and go, "Oh my God, I love your car. I love your car." And that's actually the first thing I thought about. I thought, can my Cricut create those? Can my Cricut cut the plastic and do stencils that way, specifically to decorate your car? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'll figure it out. No time soon. No time soon. Right now, this next 12 weeks are all about the tactics that I've written down and accomplishing them. And when I get done and I complete all of these tactics and I get to the end of the 12 weeks and say, "Yep, I did it," um, I will start strategizing for the next 12 weeks and possibly be able to um, put some of that other stuff into it and see how that works out. So I wanted to talk about that. And um, I'm I'm having trouble. So I like to block out time. It is it's known that if you sit and you work on something too long, that your mind gets tired. And so as you move along during the time, you get slower and slower. And so I break up my time by 50 minutes. So from, 1 to 150, I'm listing. Or 1 to 150, I'm taking photographs. I set my timer on my phone, and that is what I do. And then I have a 10-minute break and I get right back to whatever I blocked in order to meet my goals, right? Um, I think I'm having trouble focusing on those 50 minutes because my sleep has been so bad. um, Waking up one day, I wasn't feeling good. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to take Pepto Bismol. I couldn't get back to sleep. I was rolling and turning. Sunday night, I think I was nervous about my meeting with the girls, and I couldn't sleep. Um, uh, it- just a whole bunch of things. I don't. One night, Adele barked at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's like barking at me. And she's like, "Get up, I need to go out," which she never ever does. So I had to get up, I had to take them out. Um, that time I didn't have trouble going back to sleep, but still it was interrupted, right? So today I'm really trying to speed up to get my stuff done so that I can go to bed early, take a sleeping pill, and get a really good night's sleep so that I can focus and do the things I need to do. Um, I already have plans that Saturday and Sunday I will be working. I want to get ahead and be able to keep ahead. So, I think that's all I have for you for like my life kind of thing. Um, there are a bunch of books that I had to return to the library, the Libby app, and I'm waiting to get them back so that I can finish them. So I remember one of them was One of Us Knows. The other one was The Girls in the Garden, I think was the name of the book. Girls in the Garden is another one. Right now, I'm listening to uh, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Um, I am dragging through it, and I'm very happy that I will be finished with it tomorrow. Very happy. Um, maybe I am missing something. I mean, it it's supposed to be spectacular. I know I loved the movie. I know I loved the movie, but I don't know. I am not liking the book at all. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I have not finished the 12-week year, but that's because I've been listening, not hearing, listening. And I need to finish the last two chapters, which is 20 and 21, and I will get that done this week. If not by Thursday, definitely by Sunday, I will get that done. And believe it or not, I have a book in this bathroom over here upstairs, and it's called Blur. And I really like it. I'm only like into like chapter 4 or 5, but I really like it. And I just want to sit down and read the book. Like that's what I love. When a book just gets you and you're like, what is going on here? What is going on? How is this, happening? What's going to happen? I just love that. And I don't know if I'll have time to do that. Like I said, I need to stay on track. I need to get ahead, um, because falling behind is something that can happen in a split second. Who knows? I can catch a cold. I can feel sick. I can whatever, anything could happen. Somebody could get sick. I have to drop everything and fly to Washington. Anything can happen. So, I need to get that done, and I am hoping that this weekend and next weekend will help me, push me, um, if not to the end of April, definitely, um, to the beginning of May. And so the 12-week year ends in June. So if I am that far ahead, I'm going to be doing pretty darn good. And I'll be pretty darn proud of myself. So that'll be great. Um, so Saturday is Passover. Saturday is the 12th, and it's Passover. Sunday is the 13th, and that's Palm Sunday. Good Friday is the next Friday on the 18th, and Easter obviously is on Sunday the 20th. And then you have Earth Day, which is the 22nd of April. So keep on top of those things. If you have little kids, don't forget their Easter baskets. um, I would, I did my kids don't have, diabetes, so I would get them candy, but I would also get them, like, less candy, more toys kinda thing, socks, um, things like that, so that, you know, candy's not good for you anyway, whether you're a diabetic or not. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I love me a piece of cake. I do. I do. And I love me some macadamia cookies. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Um, but that happens far and in between. I try and stay away from all of that stuff as much as I possibly can. So, that's all I got to tell you. I hope you have a great rest of your day and the next one. And I will talk to you on Thursday. Take care of yourselves. Bye.